build an entire software project inside Geometry Dash? Hello guys, I'm Anointo. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I've noticed something fascinating. Some triggers in GD can be translated directly to elements in both high-level and low-level programming languages. This realization really helped when I made my PPT GrabPack demo, but if you don't understand low-level architecture, you might not realize the full capacity and the strict limitations of this system. So, without further ado, let's get into this. How does this work? Basically, we link Geometry Dash elements with code syntax. Ideally, this allows us to recreate code into GD, bringing entire external projects into the game. But to be real, the scope is very limited. First up, variables and memory. At first, I went low level and thought of using binary and collision blocks, but that requires incredibly complex handling, until it hit me. Item IDs. Just one of these can hold a number from -999 million to +999 million. You can have over 9,999 of them, and you can use them to perform math. Next, functions and jump statements. The first thing I thought of was the spawn trigger. Sure, you can't pass arguments directly, but if you've ever used a spawn trigger to execute a group, it's basically a function. It seems that you're really enjoying this video, not like you should do anything. But seriously, even doing something as small as watching the whole video can really support me. This is actually my first edited video, so what do you think? Comment I pointed to this variable in the comment section if you have reached this part of the video. This brings us to loops and frame loops, but how do we control them without crashing the game? When it comes to loops and frame loops, I couldn't find a way to make them truly instant, but it's still just spawn triggers. By clever use of delay and spawn order, you can successfully build functioning frame loops. Next, we need control structures, conditionals, or if statements. If you are tracking data with item IDs, you can use the item compare trigger. If you're building physical logic with collision blocks, you can use the instant collision trigger. So, what could we actually do with this? In theory, we could import entire coding projects into Geometry Dash, but realistically, that is not happening. However, if you are building a complex logical level, you can map your logic out using actual code first for a better understanding, and then import or build it in the editor from there. But it's not all smooth sailing. Let's talk about the problems. First of all, performance. Running any type of loop takes a massive toll on performance. This system isn't very performance friendly, and should really just be used as a skeleton framework to build upon. The next issue is data flow. You can't use item ID values as arguments in other triggers, like time or movement. You can only use literals, meaning values created from thin air, not stored in memory. On the flip side, you can't use literals for comparing if statements. Everything involving a comparison must already live inside the game's memory. And the biggest bottleneck? You can't point to memory dynamically. Instead of pointing directly to a specific slot, you can't use a value inside memory to tell the game which slot to read next. Without this dynamic routing, you have to manage thousands of slots manually, which is humanly impossible. Hopefully, these concepts can be expanded, and solutions will definitely be made. I don't think I'm the first person to think of this, but I hope you found it useful. Goodbye. So, it's over. My first edited video. I don't know if you noticed, but I made the explanations as straightforward and easy as possible. I didn't want to yap forever. Anyways, please support me for better videos and see you soon.